Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another rendition of the Bros and the Berg podcast. If you're a returning listener viewer, we appreciate you checking in once again to see whatever clips that you can farm to be like, why do people just get podcast equipment and get online and put themselves out there to say stupid shit? If you're new and maybe you found one of those clips, we appreciate you stopping in, view the content, check us out, whether on YouTube or Spotify, however you consume your podcast. My name is Ryan Doyle. I'm joined by my long-suffering Charlotte co-host, Mr. Robbie Bergstone, the handsome man in the glasses if you're on YouTube, or the nasally voice who was just sniffling on Spotify. That's my younger brother, Connor.
Okay.
Doyle, the executive producer. He might clip that out. You know, he does. He has the
Might
power. He might edit it out.
It might not.
I've been out for a couple of weeks gallivanting around Europe, and of course I decided to go out week one of all the football happening. I'm not dedicated to the podcast, as you can see. Lots of stuff to talk about, lots of games upcoming. Connor, what are we starting with first today?
Well, as Ryan mentioned, this is our first podcast since college football has really started. Obviously, we did that Week 0 podcast where we covered the Kansas State-Iowa State game, and then the following week we had the pre-recorded podcast with Ahmad. That was the NFL coverage. Last week we skipped out on. This week we are back. We are getting into it. So we'll kind of do a general overview of some of the teams. We're going to go over the AP poll top 25 a little later, but because we are in the midst of football season, I think it's only right that we start. Most of our podcast today is going to be revolving around college football and the NFL, with a little bit of an NBA bracket there at the end. I think that these two gentlemen will really enjoy. So first thing that we are going to get into, the Week 3 review of college football. You know, some big games, some upsets here and there. So we are going to get into something here. So, gentlemen, let's talk about it. Alabama, 38-14 over Wisconsin. It feels good to get back in the win column. How'd you feel about that game?
Mr. Simpson was pretty surgical. I mean, I haven't seen a quarterback who's been like that accurate throwing the ball in a while. Defense did fine. I mean, Wisconsin was kind of undermanned, trotting out a backup QB. Tough environment for them. Took care of business. Obviously, now we have a week to rest and get some film and before we go to Athens.
Seeing Ty Simpson throw the football versus having to watch Jalen Milroe throw the football for the last 2 years is like night and day.
Right.
It's like, oh, we actually can throw the ball downfield consistently now.
Yeah.
Ryan Williams, back off injury, had a good game, had 2 touchdowns, easily could have had a third, dropped a pretty easy one in the end zone off a great throw by Ty Simpson.
He's got the baby oil hands right now. I don't know what's going on. Him and the entire Jacksonville Jaguars receiving core from Sunday.
Brian Thomas Jr. is just scared of getting hit. We'll get to that. But,
jeez.
I mean, he had the juke move on the sideline. Looks like, he's recovered from the concussion fine. Jeremy Bernard keeps being kind of the unsung hero of the offense. I think another 2 tutties on the day. So they did, I think, all you could ask for. So the big test is in 2 weeks in Athens. I think that game will tell us if Alabama is bad or if Florida State is actually just really good.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
Yeah, getting into the next game here, one of the biggest upsets of this past weekend, probably the biggest upset at home. I mean, it's the type of team they are. Georgia Tech beating Clemson 24-21. Georgia Tech is kind of the Purdue, I feel like, of the ACC in terms of they like to spoil a lot of teams.
That's a good take. Also, nerds also have gold in the colors. That's a good take. Yeah,
especially at home, they love beating ranked teams at home. So honestly, this shouldn't have been that much of a surprise. Cade Klubnik is not him.
I said it in the beginning.
We got gaslit this offseason into Cade Klubnik being good. Like, straight up got gaslit into that. Same with another quarterback. I'm sure
I was about to say, we got gaslit into a lot of quarterbacks being good that are not good.
Guys, I don't think Clemson or LSU are very good.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about LSU here in a second.
LSU won.
I mean, Clemson could be 0-3 with a loss to Troy right now.
Crazy.
Like, very easily could be 0-3 with a loss to Troy right now.
Yeah.
So...
Is Dabo's seat warm?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's not warm, but I if they weren't to make a bowl game this year, like maybe he like walks away.
Warming. I should have said warming.
I don't think they would ever fire Dabo. I'd be really surprised.
Even if he pulls like a current Gundy. Like,
Okay.
Maybe. I just
Unnecessary.
Clemson has too much talent for that, unfortunately. But like, I just don't see
that's
it.
true. That's
What
true.
are you saying about Oklahoma State? What are you saying about their talent?
When was the last time they signed a top 5 class? I guess is my point. Although I don't
Never.
know the last time
Never.
Clemson did
Never.
either.
It's
Yeah,
the answer to
exactly.
that question is never, and they've also
Exactly.
on so.
All
That's
right.
tough.
Moving to the next one. So a game that maybe could have gone the other way if it was for a few different calls, both play calls and ref calls. Georgia squeaking it out against Tennessee in overtime, 44-41. What a game this was! I mean, regardless of your feelings towards both the teams, a hell of a game.
Last week was full of great games. It was an
Mhm.
awesome
The
week to be
NFL was
watching some
crazy, and the
Yes.
12 p.m. slot was nuts in
Yeah.
the NFL. So yeah, what do you guys think of Georgia and Tennessee here?
First quarter and fourth quarters were unbelievable. The second and third quarter, you could have turned off and not watched, and you wouldn't have missed anything.
Just crazy for a 44-41 game.
Yeah.
Tennessee, yeah, I'm blanking on the quarterback's name because
Joey Aguilar.
There it is.
Yeah, so it looked like, if we're talking going through like the first couple drives, which are like rehearsed, or you have like certain plays that build off each other.
Yep.
And as soon as he had to like improvise or things went off script, he just looked lost. He started making some really poor throws. Again, they're playing Georgia, right? It's no slouch, but he just seemed to get pretty overwhelmed. And I remember him coming over from UCLA. So I mean, I'm curious what the Tennessee fans have to say about that performance.
I think if I'm a Georgia fan, I'm a little worried about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, Heupel is a very good offensive coach. Tennessee's been great on offense, really since he got there. I'm still a little concerned about giving up 41 to this Tennessee team that doesn't really have the top of the line talent that they've had in the past. You don't have a Dylan Sampson.
Yeah.
They replaced a lot of receivers, if I'm not mistaken. I know Squirrel White's gone because that name just lives rent free in my head. But I'm definitely concerned about the defense if I'm a Georgia fan.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm Ty Simpson watching that film, I'm a little excited.
Yeah,
watching that performance by the Georgia Bulldogs. Now they'll be at home, so it might be a little different, but I think it's concerning. It's funny. I think it's concerning for Georgia and promising for Tennessee, even though Georgia won.
Yeah.
Yep. I think both of those defenses showed a ton of ability to get beat by the big play. I'm looking just at the box score right now. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players that had plays of over 20 yards.
Jeez.
For both sides of the ball. So both defenses were just getting chunked all day. So definitely got some work in the lab to do for those defenses.
Absolutely. Moving on to a few other games to cover here real quick. It wasn't necessarily a competitive game, but speaking of being gaslit into thinking quarterbacks are good, Texas against UTEP. Texas only put up 27 points at home against UTEP, and a lot of that unfortunately came because of Arch Manning, who didn't look good again. Yeah. I mean, obviously we haven't spoken about it because we weren't able to cover the week 1 stuff. Obviously wasn't good against Ohio State, and to be fair in that Ohio State game, I'm going to put as much of the blame on Sarkisian as I am Arch, because that was one of the worst called games that from an offensive standpoint that I've seen called at Texas since Sark got there.
I think they don't trust Arch.
Yeah.
I really think they just don't trust Arch yet. And here's a stat for you from the UTEP game. Yeah. The UTEP quarterback threw for 209 yards and 2 interceptions. It had a higher QBR than Arch Manning did.
Yeah.
11-25 for 114 yards, a touchdown and interception.
It feels a little bit like a negative feedback loop right now, because I think Arch is so in his head mentally, and that's causing Sark to close just portions of the playbook.
Yep.
And, Texas is going to limp through their schedule until they run into a top 25 team just with how stout that defense is. Arch can be as ass as they want, right? But
that defense is so good.
That defense is going to carry them. I don't know what Texas's schedule.
We have the all-time Gaslight Bowl. We have them visiting Florida on October 4th.
Everyone did say though that Florida had had the hardest schedule of the year. So
we also did call out that we weren't sold on DJ Lagway. So shout out
of
us for that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do if you're Texas. I think Arch clearly is not quite ready to take you to the next level.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think you feel confident about making the playoff right now. And I saw someone tweet out the other day that Arch Manning may single-handedly end nepotism in football.
Damn.
That's
I mean, he obviously has the talent, right?
For sure.
You don't get recruited and crowned as potentially the best Manning ever, not ever have it, right? But like they play Sam Houston State this weekend, and then they go to the Swamp, and Florida is obviously going through their own fucking gauntlet right now.
But their defense looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, Florida's defense has played pretty well. It'll be interesting, but
I mean, right now it just seems like an accuracy thing for him, which I know he can throw. I mean, seeing some of the high school tape and some highlight stuff, like he can throw the ball. So a lot of it you have to assume is a mental game that he's struggling with right now.
And a lot of people point out too, he played high school football in kind of a low division in Louisiana. So, I mean, obviously he's tearing them up, and like guys do that all the time. But I mean, this is the first time he's probably, playing full time against real athletes, right? I mean, it's just a little bit different speed, like when you go to the NFL too. So
sure. Yeah.
While we're on, nepotism quarterbacks, would you care to take a guess on who is leading Heisman favorite odds right now?
That's a great question.
Since like the top 3 preseason favorites have kind of all just fallen a little bit.
I feel like Mateer is probably up there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna guess.
He is the lead. Look at the ball knowledge on this guy.
I was also gonna guess Mateer.
Carson Beck is second.
He's
I text you guys,
and I can't argue.
I text you guys during the Notre Dame game. It might be Carson Beck Heisman season, and then Mario Cristobal'd, and they won up by 2 scores, and then he ran 3 straight drives without throwing the ball. It was incredible. I mean, he just like literally curled up in a ball and stopped doing anything. But
yeah, we got Mateer at 850, Beck at 900, and Nussmeier is still holding on it.
Okay. I mean, they're 3-0. I get it, but
yeah, I was about to say I do get it because it's like the quarterback play this year has been pretty.
He hasn't lost, right?
He hasn't lost. Yeah, exactly.
Moving on to let's cover 2 more games here, and then we will get into the top 25, and then our preview for this next week. We want to talk about frauds. Notre Dame at home losing 41-40 to Texas A&M.
Who could have seen this coming? And I know I say a lot of stupid shit, but you throw enough poop at the wall, something might
sticks.
Stick.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll respond to a TikTok comment of the Notre Dame A&M video, and
yeah, exactly.
I don't know how Notre Dame makes the playoff anymore.
Yeah,
I really I don't know that there's enough quality wins left on the schedule, even if they go 10-2, to make the playoff. Like you have USC. Boise State if they win the Mountain West, and like NC State maybe. I mean, there's just not a lot
as of right now. There is one ranked team remaining, and it's USC, who's freshly ranked.
Right.
Yeah. By the way, Notre Dame still ranked with 2 losses.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. They've lost to 2, I think now ranked top 10 teams by combined 4 points. Like I do understand why they're ranked. I do. I just don't know how you put them in a top 12 when their best win is probably going to be a like 20 to 30th ranked USC team. Right, I think that's probably going to end up being their best win. So
also
we'll see.
It's really funny because, there's only 2 FBS independent schools. It's UConn and Notre Dame. UConn is ahead of Notre Dame in the standings right now, and I'm just going to print that out and hang that on my wall.
And keep in mind that they lost to Delaware this weekend. Just keep that.
Good Lord.
Their one win is Central Connecticut.
Yikes. And then the last game I wanted to cover in week 3 at home. And, obviously there was a quarterback injury that took place, but South Carolina losing to Vanderbilt 31-7.
Yeah.
I may have been wrong about South Carolina. We just talked about being right about Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think I was wrong about South Carolina, unfortunately, which is the second time that's happened in the history of this podcast.
Yeah, for real. You got to stop on this.
I got to stop getting on South Carolina. Yeah, I got to stop cock glazing, apparently.
Crazy work. Actually, insane.
But
we're going to get demonetized.
What money?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Who's taking it away? Lenore Sellers got hurt. I mean, I hate to say it, but Diego Pavia is turning out to be a very good college quarterback. Never going to play in the NFL, I don't think, but he's got that dog in him, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
There you go.
Yeah, 31-7. I mean, there was no question. I mean, even with your quarterback going out, right? They just kind of just gave up.
They scored Vandy scored every quarter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Sellers was 6 of 7 for 94 yards and an interception before he went out. So, I mean, like, he was cooking a little bit, you know.
Revenge of the nerds, Georgia Tech, Vandy. I mean,
can we just give a round of applause to Vandy for where they've come? I mean, in the SEC, man, like
we got back-to-back seasons with ranked wins. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
There's a non-zero chance. So Vandy comes to Tuscaloosa on October 4th.
Down boy.
If Alabama were to beat Georgia, I feel like there's a pretty good chance that College Game Day comes to Tuscaloosa for a 5-0 Vandy at a 3-1 Alabama.
Brother,
I got goosebumps. Game Day.
Because they have Georgia State and Utah State next. I mean, it is Vandy, so you never know. Like, they should win both those games. I don't think they come if Alabama's 2-2. But if Alabama's 3-1 off a win against Georgia and Vandy's undefeated, probably ranked by that point.
That'd be
pretty. Vandy's already ranked.
Sorry, already ranked.
Vandy's 20.
They might be like 16, 15 by that time.
I think they're coming to Tuscaloosa. That'd be crazy.
What a great clickbait video. That's just perfect right there.
All right, well,
Connor, I think there's one more game we need to discuss. We kind of mentioned it, but
LSU Florida, is that what you
LSU beating Florida 20-10 at home. DJ Lagway throwing 5 interceptions in this ball game. And LSU still only won by 10.
Yeah.
5 picks?
That is crazy.
I mean, Nussmeier didn't play great either. 5 of 27, 220 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. 5 interceptions is crazy work, though. I mean, that's tough. I mean, LSU's going to stay higher ranked until they lose, but you just can't convince me that this LSU team that barely beat Clemson, who hasn't looked very good, struggled with Louisiana Tech at home a little bit last week, and now beat Florida by 10 points after getting 5 interceptions. You can't convince me that they're a top 5 team. They're there because they haven't lost yet, but no way they're one of the 5 best teams in the country.
Yep. So we will move on to the AP poll top 25. Just going to run it down real quick. Going to start at 25, newly ranked USC, as we mentioned previously. 24, Notre Dame, 0-2. I think Ryan and Robbie both raised good points. Obviously, started 0-2. Most teams wouldn't be in the top 25, but Notre Dame's had really, I guess quality losses is the term, very small amounts.
They get the Alabama treatment. They lost to teams that beat Notre Dame, so therefore quality loss.
Missouri and Auburn on a bit of a streak with being 3-0, 22 and 23.
The Missouri-Kansas game 2 weeks ago was a great football game, but it was crazy. But
2-1 Michigan at 21. Any thoughts on Michigan this season?
We'll talk about them here in a little bit in the pick'em.
Okay,
they got a big game this weekend.
Starting a little 16 through 20, all teams are 3-0. Starting at 20, Vanderbilt, Indiana at 19, Georgia Tech at 18, Texas Tech at 17, Utah at 16. Do you think the Georgia Tech at 18 is a little bit of an overreaction from the Clemson game? I get it because you're so early in the season that you kind of have to do that.
Yeah,
but it feels like an overreaction to me.
I feel like no one's looked great, and so I feel like AP pollsters just pulling names out of a hat, and they're just kind of like, sure, they're undefeated and beat a ranked team.
Yeah. Well, Clemson was supposed to be so good this year, right? So to see them get knocked off is...
And I know a lot of people are bringing up, they only beat Colorado by 7. It was on the road, and they also turned the ball over the first 3 drives of the game and still won the football game. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. At 15, we have Tennessee after losing that game to Georgia. Alabama up a few spots. After 2-1, they are now in the 14th slot. At number 13, Ole Miss is 3-0. At number 12, Iowa State, the only 4-0 team.
Brother, have you seen their wins?
It's pretty bad.
It's coming. I mean,
it's pretty bad.
They're holding on to the Big 12, but
not by much.
They were up by a point on Arkansas State in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, give them credit. They're pulling out close games, but you have single touchdown wins against Arkansas State at Kansas State week 1. I think
their schedule's not terrible though.
They beat Iowa by a field goal in a 16-13 heartbreaker.
I'm not gonna say any schedule in the Big 12 is a gauntlet, but I think they got a pretty easy draw, all things considered.
But there's no chance that Iowa State ends higher
No.
than Texas Tech, right?
There's
Like,
also no way
Tech's
that
been
they go
playing.
undefeated. There's no way.
No, absolutely not.
We'll
no.
get to this in the pick'em, but I think the Big 12 has a chance to be decided this week.
There it
Not
is.
bad take.
A little
Not bad
preview.
take.
Little preview.
Number 11, undefeated Oklahoma at 3-0. Getting into the top 10, the biggest movement outside of Notre Dame, up 6 spots after the Notre Dame win. Texas A&M at number 10. Number 9, Ryan, Illinois 3-0. We like it. We like them up there. CFP predictions.
You know, I might have missed with South Carolina. Come on, Illinois.
Illinois.
Come on, Illini.
We love it. Number 8, Texas. Really? Are they still number? I know their defense is so good, but obviously 2-1.
They did only lose to Ohio State by 7 on the road. Like
There's
it was
so
a bad game.
There's so much talent on that team. If they get the quarterback figured out, they'll be fine.
Yeah. Florida State at number 7 at 2-0. Florida State.
They whooped bye week. They moved up 3 spots on bye week.
Then they get
might be pretty good though.
They get
I will
Kent,
say.
Virginia, and then the absolute Titan clash with Miami. Well, we will see
That's
which
gonna
one
be
of those
an
two
awesome
teams
game.
is actually legit.
Oregon at number 6, 3-0. That's all we'll say about Oregon. Number 5, we have Georgia, 3-0, moving up 1 spot. Miami at number 4, 3-0, moving up 1 spot. And then the top.
We didn't mention that the darling of the early season USF went into Miami and just didn't even stand a chance.
Made a poopy.
Yeah.
Didn't even stand a chance.
And then the top 3, LSU at 3, 3-0, Penn State at 2, 3-0, Ohio State's at 1, 3-0.
Okay, who's putting LSU at 1? They have 2 number 1 votes. How do you watch the games the last 2 weeks and put LSU at number 1?
Especially after
the
seeing
AP
Ohio
voters
State.
are crazy.
Especially after seeing what Clemson's been doing, which is like their marquee win, right? I mean, I think that was one of the arguments. Like, well, they have one of the best wins in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson's 1-2, and could be 0-3.
Dude, on the college football subreddit, every week they post the AP voters and their entire broken down in so you can see who puts people where. Somebody put Notre Dame at 10 after this week.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, you should get your voting revoked.
That's awful. Yeah, that is really bad. And just outside the top 25, BYU receiving the most votes, South Florida, and then South Carolina is still hanging around with some of those votes, but we will see.
Navy received a vote, baby. Rank Navy.
Let's hopefully for the state of South Carolina, both South Carolina and Clemson dropped out.
Yeah, there it is. All right, so we're going to get into week 4. Going to get into our previews, our pick'ems, our Superdogs. Robbie, why don't you take it away for us?
Yep, I think we got some good games this week. There's a couple games I think that are maybe bigger name matchups, but I have a feeling for example, Florida going to Miami, no one's going to pick Florida. I'm not guessing. I can't imagine. So we got some different games in here. I think most of these are ranked matchups outside of one. We're going to start at noon Eastern out in Salt Lake City, the Texas Tech Red Raiders visiting the Utah Utes. And Ryan alluded to is potentially the 2 best teams in the Big 12? Question mark? Let's go first.
I think Ryan should break it down for us. He had a take about this, so I think we should hear from him.
So, Utah is favored going into this. I think the odds have them at minus 150. It is a big noon kick. The weather looks to be a lovely 72 degrees this upcoming Saturday. The line is set at 56.5 points. Analytics has Utah favored. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. Bake it into your parlays. We might pick the over. Analytics has Utah sitting at 65% chance to win this game. Utah's kind of sleptwalk through their first opening schedule, going to UCLA, home against Cal Poly, and going to Wyoming. Not much more can be said for Texas Tech. They played Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Kent State, and Oregon State. They put up 150 points through their first 3 games.
Both really bad schedules, but probably equivalent schedules, like UCLA and
Correct.
Oregon State being the equivalent, and then 2 just free wins basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a toss-up. Utah's favored by 3.5 right now in playing at home, so it is quite literally a pick'em. I kind of want to lean the Red Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I just, yeah,
you do.
I just
Yeah, you
love
do.
Texas Tech, and this might be just a little bit biased, right? They're kind of the darlings left in the Big 12 for me. But yeah, I'm gonna go Texas Tech with this one.
I don't have much analysis here. I picked Texas Tech to make the college football playoff. They're undefeated right now. I'm not gonna not pick them to win this game.
I love that.
You know, Salt Lake can be a really tough place to play, but I do think that Texas Tech will get it done. Senior quarterback going in there, plenty of experience playing against Utah, whose quarterback has looked pretty good so far. Now that we're done with not knowing who's going to play for them, but I think with the experience Texas Tech has, I think they get it done in a close one.
Not so. Just kidding.
It's
the Red Raider. I got him. It was a double fake. It's the Red Raiders. I do actually. A lot of this also comes from just my respect of my co-host. And Robbie said to me before the season started, he said the Texas Tech Red Raiders are winning the Big 12 and making the college football playoff. Here we see them 3-0, ranked 17. They're going into a big time matchup. And I just have so much respect for Robbie that I'm going to agree with him here, and I'm going to go Texas Tech Red Raiders. I do think this will be a really good game. Devin Dampier, the quarterback on the Utah side, he hasn't turned the ball over at all this season. That's just something you love out of any quarterback that you could have. He's also the leading rusher, which is very impressive for a quarterback on the team. So obviously,
is that impressive, or does that say something about their run game as well?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's a combination of the two, but obviously a big matchup with Morton here, who also he's only thrown one pick. He's had 11 touchdowns on the season, so definitely a quarterback battle. I think a lot of people expect some big point. I think some people are expecting this to be like an old school, old fashioned Big 12 shootout kind of game, and I could definitely see that happening here. So
it does make me nervous that the over is not going to hit because everyone's expecting it to hit. Like this is the game you look at, and like they both scored a ton of points. They're going to the game. They haven't really played anyone yet. I mean,
it opened at 56.5. Now it's at 58.5. So
the money's moving. The money's moving it up.
So yeah, I'll go with Texas Tech there.
Next up, we have a new SEC matchup here. Two teams I think have been surprising to start the year so far, but we have Auburn visiting Oklahoma at 3:30 Eastern in Norman, Oklahoma. I can go first here. Sure. Obviously I have no love for Auburn in my heart. And I do think that Oklahoma is the better team here. My only concern is the Jackson Arnold revenge game. I think Oklahoma did him dirty last year. I think they had a lot more problems than just Jackson Arnold. But he was a really easy scapegoat to say, yeah, he was the problem with this team, even though the offensive line was one of the worst in FBS last year.
Sure.
That being said, at home, I don't actually think Jackson Arnold's that good. I just think, he got a little thrown on the bus. I do think Oklahoma pulls it out in another close one, I think. I think this is another one that's probably going to go either way, but I'll take the Sooners here.
Yeah. Ryan?
It's like choosing between shooting yourself in the arm or shooting yourself in the leg, right?
Yeah,
I really don't enjoy choosing either of these teams to win.
Yeah.
However, with that being said, I think the Sooners are a little bit more complete with a little bit more talent on their team. So I think I'm going to pick the Sooners as well.
Unfortunately, that's another game where we're all picking the same one.
That mow well.
Yeah, I absolutely despise Oklahoma. Being an Oklahoma State fan my whole life, as well as a recent alumni. But unfortunately, I do think that Mateer is just significantly better than Arnold, and I think that's kind of going to be the matchup that we come into this game and see. I think that whichever team kind of establishes a run game, I think will end up putting the other team on the back foot. And I think that Oklahoma has potential to do that. I think more so than Auburn, just because I think Mateer provides so much of he can be everywhere. He can throw the ball anywhere. And I think he's just more talented. And I think that talent is going to carry them into a victory here. I hate saying it. It makes me want to vomit completely, honestly.
Unfortunately, one of these teams has to win the game, which just sucks.
I wish
for
they could both
involved.
lose, to be honest, but they can't. So
very possible because Auburn plays Texas A&M next. Very much could be looking ahead. They got a brutal. They got Oklahoma, A&M, Georgia, and then Mizzou. So 4 straight ranked games for Auburn.
And Auburn could end up 3-4.
Yeah,
they really could end up
just
3-4 real fast.
That's
so. I think Oklahoma will be a little bit more prepared.
Yeah,
Next up, a Big Ten matchup here.
Mm.
We have the Michigan Wolverines visiting the Nebraska Cornhuskers at 3:30 Eastern.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm the only one who hasn't gone first here. This one was interesting to me. For me, this was probably the hardest one for me to pick on this list. I'll be totally honest. This was a bit of a coin flip. I do think that I'm going to end up going with. I'm gonna go with Michigan. I'm gonna go with the away team here. Most of that comes from I know that Nebraska, especially in the last 2 weeks, have put on a lot of points against Akron and Houston Christian. But again, I mean, it's Akron and Houston Christian, so it's not the best competition. I do have a lot of reservations considering they only put up 20 points on a not very good Cincinnati team.
Very bad Cincinnati team. Let's
and-
call it like it is.
And Michigan hung in there. They lost by 11, but they kind of hung in there with Oklahoma. Obviously put up 63 last week against Central Michigan. I think that just based off of the matchups that have happened this year, I do think that Michigan will be able to pull it out. I don't think Nebraska is as good as maybe their statistics are showing. I think that's just because of they've had favorable matchups. That week one against Cincinnati really, really doesn't put a lot of faith in me, so I'm going to go with Michigan here.
Once again, this is another team that I put in the college football playoff. I am a little worried about this game for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I think Bryce Underwood, if this had been his first road game starting for Michigan, I would feel a little better about it. But he did have that experience at Oklahoma. Obviously didn't play great in that game.
Yeah.
We just talked about that we think we might get a traditional Big 12 shootout in Texas and Utah. I think there's a pretty good chance we get a traditional Big 10, make you want to tear your eyes out defensive football game here.
Good take. Yeah,
I think both these defenses are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I would be surprised if either team puts up over to like 24 points. Like I think that would be a big number and probably win either game. But I'll take Nebraska here at home. Like I talked about, Nebraska has essentially a 3-game schedule. Michigan here, USC at home, and then at Penn State. They win 2 of those, they're probably in the college football playoff. I think they get it done here at home. I'll take the Cornhuskers.
So do you think that Penn State is their loss? I can't remember if you said that.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's in Happy Valley. So
yikes.
Sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 3:30 kick. Currently, the Wolverines are favored by 2.5. The total was opened at 44.5, has moved to 45.5. Everyone's favorite tool, ESPN Analytics, has this at a dead even 50-50. And for that reason, I'm going to take Michigan. I think they have had better competition to start the year, playing against Oklahoma. Losing by, I think, a touchdown to them. I think we brought up Nebraska looking kind of shaky against Cincinnati and then beating up on some FCS teams.
Whoa. Akron's not FCS. They're probably the worst team in FBS.
Come on now.
Put some respect on them.
Yeah, that's on me.
Zips.
That's on me. We're going to go the Wolverines here.
I respect it. It's 2-1 there, but obviously, I respect Robbie because he made the prediction. He can't veer off.
They're still undefeated. I'm not going to change it. We're 4 weeks in the season. I can't change up.
He's at home too. Like it's
exactly.
not,
Exactly. I mean, that's part of the reason I picked Nebraska. Is to me, 2 of their 3 hardest games are at home.
Yeah.
It's a big bonus. Next up, I honestly meant to look this up before the podcast, but I didn't. No idea if Lenore Sellers is playing this weekend, but the Gamecocks.
I'm trying to find that as we speak.
The Gamecocks are traveling to the other Columbia in the Mayor's Cup, I believe is what this rivalry is called. Two Columbias: Columbia, Missouri, Columbia, South Carolina.
Nice.
Visiting the Missouri Tigers at 7 Eastern.
So apparently, it says that the Missouri coach says he's preparing for Sellers.
No shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I would assume they're going to try to get into play if it's a kind of unconfirmed, but I guess we will see. Regardless, I'll start this one out again while you guys are looking into that. I'm gonna go with the home team, Missouri here. Even without Sellers, the fact that they just lost 31-7 to Vanderbilt, even though Vanderbilt's a pretty decent team and they have been for 2 years now, the defense, that's really worrisome, especially against this Missouri team that I feel like when they really need to, they can put on points. They've scored 61, 42, and 52 in all 3 of their games. I mean, that's a team that against Kansas too. Like Kansas isn't a terrible team, so they can put on points obviously, and against the South Carolina defense that just proved that they can't really hang in there right now as well as they should be able to. I think that Missouri at home definitely takes this one against South Carolina.
I got a name for you guys. It's not Lenore Sellers. It's Bo Perbula, the quarterback from Missouri. Transferred in from Penn State. And I've seen a lot of Penn State fans real upset that they're stuck with Drew Aller and don't have Bo Perbula playing for Penn State. There's no way I'm not taking Missouri in this game based on what's happened recently in my life. So I'm going to take the Tigers at home to win the game.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Lenora Sellers or God himself be damned. We're going with the Tigers in this one.
Absolutely.
Last game. Maybe the matchup of the weekend. People are saying 2 startup Big Ten programs, both ranked in the top 20. We have Illinois visiting Bloomington, Indiana, and the Indiana Hoosiers at 7:30.
And no, this isn't a men's basketball game. This is college football.
And we have Illinois and Indiana ranked. What a world we live in.
Illinois top 10. Not even just ranked the top 10 team this year. Robbie, you want to start it up for us?
Yeah. I'll take the Illini. I just think they're the more well-rounded team.
Correct.
Bloomington's not exactly a scary place to play, to be honest with you. I think Illinois can go in. They're going to play some good Brett Bielema football, run the ball down Indiana's throat a little bit and get it done. They already had a road test at Duke, passed that with flying colors. I got the Illini here.
There it is.
For reasons that you listed with Nebraska, the Illini haven't lost, and they're not going to start now.
No, they're not.
You're going to be making fun of all my picks for the college football playoff, so we got to keep writing it. Yeah. We're going Illinois.
To Ryan's point, I also picked Illinois for the CFP, so I will be taking them here as they are undefeated. Indiana only beat in their first, obviously they had a really good game last week, 73-0 against Indiana State. The first game of the season, though, they played Old Dominion, only beat them 27-14.
Listen, Old Dominion almost beat Virginia Tech, blew out Virginia Tech last week. So maybe
Old Dominion's, maybe you're right there. I'm going to go with
question mark. Do we need to look at Old Dominion for a college football playoff berth right now?
I will also be going with Illinois. Fortunately, I have for the second year in a row, I have jinxed my Big 12 winner. Kansas State is currently 1-3, so I will never pick a Big 12 champion ever again.
They could be 0-4. They almost lost to North Dakota. That was a game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's tough. It's tough.
It hurts, man. So we want to move on to Superdogs.
Let's move on to our Superdogs. I think there's a decent chance Connor and I have the same one. I'm curious. We'll let Ryan go first. Ryan's off the beaten path, he said. So Ryan,
not really off the beaten path. I'm just being funny.
Just being a pain in the ass.
First week.
All right, dang it. That was crazy.
Opening week of college football, we did a parlay. I think this is one of my 2 legs that actually hit. This is my group of 5 winner who I picked to go to the college football playoff. So once again, going back to the well, Ole Miss didn't really look all that great last week. Yeah. Tulane is an 11.5 point dog heading to Oxford. Give me Tulane.
I like the pick. I do. I like the pick. Go ahead, Connor. Were you going to say something?
I was going to say, well, I'll just jump in here because Ryan and I have selected the same Superdog. Because I also have Tulane. I would agree. I would echo Ryan's sentiment there with Ole Miss not looking as good as an 11.5 point favorite. I think Tulane has looked really good. I don't think there's any way that Tulane loses by more than 10. I just don't see it. And I think they might win. So I think Tulane's going to come in here and have a really, really good game. They've looked good this season, and to Ryan's point, I also picked them as my my G5 bid, so I feel like I have to keep it up because they are undefeated, and I think that continues in at Ole Miss.
Points will be scored. The line is 61, I think, at this point.
Damn,
track me.
Fellas, shout out us for sticking by our preseason takes because I'm also taking my G5 team. The college football playoff. Ryan mentioned that Ole Miss struggled a little bit last week with Arkansas. Really close game down to the end. Arkansas didn't pull that one out.
Yeah,
this feels like a little bit of an asleep game for the Arkansas Razorbacks, especially going to Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis is right at that 7.5 point underdog that we need right now. At home, I can see them winning this game. Like Arkansas, you just came off
I
a
didn't know
really
they were
emotional
heading to
loss
Memphis. That's
Yeah.
in
there you
Memphis this weekend.
Scary.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Tigers there. Like these guys said, they're my group of 5 team that I picked. We stick by our takes here till the bitter end. Till the bitter end. So I got Memphis plus 7.5 for my Superdog.
Yeah.
Christ.
That's hilarious. Actually,
we took all our G5 teams. Just want to say, I'm just gonna pat myself on the back. My Superdog got a win. My Superdog ended up beating the Raging Cajuns.
I didn't even go through the standings from week 1. We didn't pick week 2 or week 3, but from week 1. So Connor got 5 points because he went 2 of 3 in the pick'em and got a Superdog with a win. Rice upsetting Louisiana Lafayette 14-12. I went 3 and 2 in the pick'em, so I got 3 points. Ryan also went 2 and 3 in the pick'em. Did not hit the Superdog, just like I didn't pick my Superdog. So Ryan has 2 points.
Yeah, Syracuse just couldn't quite close the gap against Tennessee. They lost by 19.
Did you see the Virginia Coastal score? It was bad. It was like 44-16.
Damn, that's tough.
That is tough.
Not a great pick,
Clears.
Yeah,
Tennessee turned it into a track meet in the first quarter, and then if we take away the first quarter, the next 3 quarters it was even.
Yeah,
I mean but
48-7. That's
tough.
That's tough. So
Robbie, I'm looking at your head and realizing the Hornets and Chanticleers kind of have a similar color scheme.
They do.
So maybe,
they do. Shout out the Carolinas.
Exactly. So next we are going to stay with football, but we are going to get into professional football. We're going to get into the NFL, a little bit of a week 2 review, and then a week 3 preview. We kind of mentioned it earlier. One of the best slates of noon games I've ever seen, to be totally honest, as an NFL fan. I mean, I was watching Red Zone on the high seas, and Scott Hansen was talking about how there was like at the same time 6 games that were 1 score going into the last minute or whatever it was. So just a ton of games. Obviously, the Thursday night game. Are the Packers really good?
Yes.
They are really good.
Yes.
I think the Packers might have the best defense in the NFL.
Yes.
Like, where did that come from?
Well,
I don't know.
Obviously, is a huge addition, but he didn't play that much in week 1. And
but it can't just be Mike. I mean, it's incredible. They're still in that. This thing that still concerns me is that they're still in that we have 6 wide receiver ones that aren't really wide receiver ones at all.
Yeah.
And don't
keep getting hurt.
Tucker Kraft is the go-to target, which all respect to Tucker Kraft, great tight end, but Matthew Golden hasn't really found his footing yet. Which one of them is hurt? I get them all confused because they're basically the same player. Reed's hurt.
Yeah.
Christian Watson's still out, I think. So you
Dobbs is playing all right.
Yeah. You have I think you named it.
It's kind of gross that I can name like 4 of their wide receivers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all like so on the same plane of fantasy relevance.
You've owned them all in fantasy at one point or another in the last couple of years, like 100%. But
100%.
So yeah, that's the only thing that concerns about the Packers. I think that defense is legit, though.
So. Yeah, they look really good. So, and that kind of feels like it came out of nowhere, to be totally honest. But they've just really glued together as a unit, and yeah, so that team is definitely super scary in the NFC. They got to look out for them. A game that went into overtime because Russell Wilson decided to turn back the clock 10 years. Cowboys versus Giants. The Cowboys because Brandon Aubrey is the best player in the NFL, managed to pull it out.
We have got to talk about that because.
He's so good.
I don't. If y'all didn't watch the last minute of regulation of this Dallas game,
yeah,
Javonte Williams gets a carry with 10 seconds left, and we have a timeout, right? So it's just don't turn the ball over, get as many yards as you can. He breaks through the line of scrimmage and then just dives down. Yeah. So we're laying up on whatever hash Aubrey likes from 64 yards out. Yeah, we're not, throwing the ball. We're running to get position.
Because we know he can make it from anywhere.
That's that's unbelievably ludicrous.
And then he had the kick in overtime, 46 yards. I was watching him he's not going to miss this. 46 yards for him is like a chip shot. Keep in mind, 5 to 7 years ago, 46 yards was a decently long field goal. That's not a gimme. But Brandon Aubrey out there, I was like, this game's over. It's done.
He is the only kicker that I can think of that like I trust to hit 60-yarders.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
when I say
exactly.
trust, I mean like 50% chance or better. Like
Yeah,
most
yeah.
NFL kickers can piss on one and get it to 60, but like the percent chance of them making it is definitely not near 50.
Yeah.
What is his like overall record from 60 plus?
I mean, it's wasn't he the most accurate kicker of all time? I think that applies to 60 yards too.
I was just curious, like what he was from 60 yards out.
I don't know.
He's missed, I think, 3 kicks so far in his career.
That's insane.
No, he's missed more. He's missed 9.
No. I mean,
Was it
how
last
many
year?
years he played?
Let's see. So 2023, he was 36 to 38. Last year, he was 40 to 47. And then this year, he's 6 to 6.
I was thinking 30. I was thinking the first year that was 36 and 38.
From 50 plus, he's 27 of 30.
Yeah, that's
absurd.
insane. Yeah,
That is
insane.
absurd.
90% clip from 50 plus. Wow.
But yeah, so to quickly re-mention Russell Wilson, I think honestly, like he had a very good game, and I'm going to give him credit where credit's due. But at the same time, the Cowboys secondary is awful.
Swiss cheese.
They are so bad.
Swiss cheese.
Like
Which then begs the question: what's going on with the Eagles' passing attack? Because
Yeah.
good
Jalen Hurts looks like buns.
Good analysis. God.
You know, he had 100 yards against the Chiefs. Looked average against the boys. I mean, the Eagles got to figure out what's going on in their passing attack too.
I mean, here's the thing about the Eagles. They don't have to throw the ball to win.
No.
Yeah, they don't.
The offensive line is so good. It doesn't, like, does Jalen played well so far this year? No. But at the same time, like, he doesn't really have to throw the ball for them to win the games. That's the crazy thing.
But yeah, to move on to another game, even though that game was definitely, I mean, obviously also Malik Neighbors. Good Lord, what a performance! To mention another game, one of the ones that went down to the wire. Unfortunately, Joe Burrow is going to be out for a few months after toe surgery, or he's going to have toe surgery. And the Bengals did end up winning after the injury, 31-27. I think the NFL needs to fine the Bengals for an unsafe work environment because holy crap!
I said this to Kylie. I was like, the Bengals fans have been begging for the last 6 years to get off to a reasonable start. All of a sudden, you win 2 games and you lose Burrow for 3 months.
Like what the hell?
Listen, Jake Browning's not bad though. We've seen Jake Browning fill in before and win some football games.
Jake Browning is top 5 backup quarterbacks in the league. Like he
Also,
could start over, I think, probably a couple dudes.
I know Jamar owners are concerned, but the last time Jake Browning played multiple games, he fed Jamar Chase. So
I was about to say, anyone who is worried about him, like, dude, look what happened. Look how many points he got after Burrow went out. He got like 20
16
more.
targets.
Yeah,
16 targets.
I'm not worried about Burrow, Chase at all. I haven't.
His owner's punching air.
me for real. On the other side of the coin, Trevor Lawrence, like, looked serviceable at times, and then also, like, barely completed 50% of his passes and threw 2 picks.
Also, Travis Etienne, like they actually figured out how to use him. They've actually figured it out.
That was the easiest like draft flow in fantasy because like we know that Travis Etienne is a talented running back and just had a bad year last year. Like I'm kicking myself for not drafting him anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pump my own bags. Bashal Tutin actually looks very good for a rookie.
He real fast.
Yeah,
he real fast. My official analysis, he real fast.
I was like, damn. Okay.
Brian Thomas Jr. 4 catches on 12 targets.
And I watched most of that game. Drops and like no effort. Like Lawrence sailed a few on him, but I mean, no, he should have caught like 9 of those balls.
And there was one highlight that people were giving him a lot of crap for. It's like he's had a crosser going across the field and he stopped short of a middle linebacker and Trevor Lawrence threw the middle linebacker. It was a pick. People were saying he was scared of contact. I mean, that was going to be a hospital ball for sure if he got up for it. But I also think he was potentially sitting in the soft spot in the zone, which is like what kind of told to do. He didn't play well, but I did see a lot of people online getting upset about that play because it did lead to a pick. I don't know if that was a low effort play or not, or if that was just miscommunication with Trevor. But
he did kind of look like he's read Tyler Lockett's autobiography on not getting hit because
that's how you make money.
So. Yeah, he made a career off of like catching the ball and getting down.
Exactly. So just a few more to mention here so we can continue to move through this. Obviously, sorry, Rob. Panthers losing 27-22 to the Cardinals.
Bryce had 328, but like that's because they had to throw the ball repeatedly to get back. This Panther. I mean, the defense is just abysmal. I mean, the defense is so bad. The offense just has to stop shooting itself in the foot early. I mean, the first 2 drives were turnovers.
Yeah.
And man, like you watch Bryce, and sometimes like he can make all of the throws. There's no doubt in my mind he can make all the throws, but so many of them get batted down at the line where he has to dance around to find the angle. Like he can make them. The height definitely feels like a concern, especially when the Panthers' offensive line is below average at best.
Yeah.
Still. And they also had 2 guys go on the IR from the offensive line after the game on Sunday. So
Yeah.
don't think things are going to get a lot better, but you never know. Bryce turned around last year. Maybe he can do it again. Also, Ted McMillan looks like the man. Like
he's really good.
Is that
I knew that. I called that. I knew he was going to be really good. That guy's a dog. So to talk about one of probably the biggest game of the week, a Super Bowl rematch between the Eagles and the Chiefs. The Eagles did end up pulling it out 2017. Neither of these teams look great early.
0-2 for the Chiefs,
which
crazy
is
work.
First time in how long was it?
Well, they said it was Mahomes' first time losing 3 straight games, counting the Super Bowl in his
crazy
professional career.
That's wild.
And with the Chargers looking good, the Broncos looking good, the Raiders not being hot ass. I mean, the Chiefs got to get a grip real quick.
Yeah,
they do have a get right game against the Giants next week.
Rush just threw for 450 yards
on the Cowboys secondary. All right, come on. I mean, Chris Jones is just going to eat them alive. But
yeah, for sure.
Chris
Jones is angry.
Chris Jones at the end of that game talking to Jalen, being like, "You didn't even have 100 yards." And Jalen's like, "Shut the fuck up, we won the game." Yeah. Crazy.
And then one more just to mention real quick, because I do, we had a lot of hate on Spencer Rattler before the season started, and they did lose to the 49ers here 26-21. Spencer Rattler, I don't think was most of the issue there. I actually think Rattler played pretty well. He did some good stuff on RPOs and things like that. So I wanted to give a quick little shout out to him despite the loss.
I think that
shout out Mac Jones.
I think the Niners have like sacrificed the health of every other skill position to keep CMC healthy at this point. I don't know what kind of like tomfoolery is going on over there. The Niners are somehow 2-0 with their entire like offense.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Kyle Shanahan, regular season merchant.
But going through some of the rest of these games, Lions hung 52 on the Bears to spoil Ben Johnson's homecoming.
Dan Campbell, I promise you, intentionally ran up the score on Ben Johnson just to be like, "You fucking left me." Like, you get 52 points on your dome.
What the hell?
Goff hucked 5 touchdowns, got literally everybody involved. The Rams beat the Titans.
Cam Ward looked better. Looked better.
I was just about to say he's got some flashes. We'll see what they can put together. Patriots beat the Dolphins. Tua suddenly remembered how to play football again. Drake May threw 3 tutties, looked pretty good.
Let's say May looked really good.
There were a lot of open receivers that Tua still missed. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek were just running free in that Patriots secondary all afternoon.
Yep. Justin Fields figured out how not to play football again. He did get his head bonked, so shout out that Bills win 30-10.
Shout out.
Shout out the head bonk.
Shout out the bonk.
Seahawks beat the Steelers 31-17. Sam
I
Darnold
think
still looking serviceable.
We talked about the Packers defense being really good. I think the Steelers defense is really bad. Like
TJ Watt has not been seen a whole lot so far.
Also,
in the first 2
we're going to
games.
let Sam Darnold throw for 295, and we let Justin Fields do whatever he did in week 1.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm a little concerned. Also, Caleb Johnson with an all-time bonehead moment, letting the ball bounce over him in the end zone for a touchdown.
That was so
crazy
bad.
work.
I was actually in disbelief. I could not believe he let that happen. So we're gonna get in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I gotta go through the rest of these. Ravens beat the Browns 41-17. That's kind of about what we expected. Bounce back game for the Ravens. Joe Flacco, it should be in a nursing home. Colts beating the Broncos. Colts 2-0. Danny Dimes.
Why is he good?
I'm upset with myself because I've been a Danny Dimes truther for many a year now, and I really gave up last year when he got benched and everything. Should never give up on my man's Indiana Jones coming for you.
We also have to kind of not necessarily push back on the Indiana Jones narrative, but give credit to how much the run game helps a quarterback. Jonathan Taylor, 25 carries for 165 yards. He's one of the best backs in the NFL. But when you have a rushing game like the Colts do currently, it like you have so much less pressure on your quarterback to perform.
And when was Daniel Jones good on the Giants?
When Saquon
when he had Saquon Barkley in the
exactly,
backfield. Yeah.
and even though the O-line was kind of sus sometimes, but
How ass is Anthony Richardson? Asking for a friend.
I think mega
Pretty
hot
ass.
booty ass. Like I think that's
Confirmed.
mega
it's
hot booty
yeah,
ass,
correct.
yeah, I think that's
like
where
hot
we're at.
snakes, kind of that.
Tyler Warren, also a dog. I think
Yeah.
will be a top 5 tight end by next year in fantasy.
In fantasy, I was like, yeah.
Falcons, Vikings. Gross. Ew. Hated the football game.
Get it off my screen.
Bijan is him.
Bijan
so good.
again is him. JJ, the Vikings offensive line might be the worst offensive line in football. JJ McCarthy looked awful, to his credit and to the offense's credit.
Right, so apparently he's going to be out for a little bit, and someone said that he's not actually injured. It's more that Justin Jefferson said he shouldn't play anymore, so now he's on the injured reserve.
When
JJ did not look happy in that game,
No,
to say
he
the
did not
least.
play well either. When can I make the take that Bijan Robinson is the best running back in the NFL? Am
I
I
think
allowed to
you
do
can
that
make it
now?
I think
Can I
you
say
can.
At
that
any
right
point,
I mean, it's okay.
Barkley still exists.
Is it him, Saquon, or Derrick Henry? Those are your 3 options that I would give
Derrick
you.
Henry fumbling the ball in week 1 was great.
Yeah, shout out to Derrick Henry, 11 yards, 23 or 11 carries,
He did
23
not-
yards.
Did not have a great game last week, that's for sure.
I'm saying Bijan, man. I'm early overreaction, probably. I don't care. He's so good. He's such a good player. Ryan, was that the full coverage? Do we have any other?
We have Monday night games.
Raiders Chargers kind of uneventful. Herbie
Yeah.
still looking pretty good.
pretty good.
Kind of a snooze fest for a divisional game. And
I know the Raiders' offensive line is bad, but like Ashton Jinty doesn't look great, and also he is terrible in pass protection. I saw a video of him like literally just like wandering around the backfield. He got pushed back like 5 yards and then just kind of walked up while like Gino's running for his life in the backfield, like not doing shit, just walking back up. Also, he has what I said you guys earlier, 5 receptions for 3 yards on the year.
Yeah.
It's not great.
I told you he's being drafted too high in your fantasy drafts. There's no reason to take him.
Funnily enough, I feel like the other side of the coin, Hampton's not getting that many yards, obviously, but he's a very good like pass protector. He's very good in that role. So
I think the Chargers just remembered like, oh yeah, Justin Herbert's pretty good at this whole quarterback thing. Like we can throw the ball.
exactly.
Keenan Allen, not washed.
Not washed.
Caleb Williams just blows.
I mean, all of a sudden Quentin Johnson's looking serviceable. I think he had a couple of drops at the beginning of the game, but
Don't say that.
he's looking serviceable. I didn't say he looked good. I say he looked serviceable.
I did threaten to drop my entire dynasty team if Quentin Johnson had gone for like 35 points.
I mean, they're 3 deep at wide receiver. They're looking good.
I own them all.
You literally own all of them
my
in our
dynasty team.
league.
I own McConkey, Keenan, and QJ. So
And you're starting Keenan and Ladd this next week?
correct. Going
That's
against
tough.
Denver, that's going to work out really well. Check in next week.
Sertan got hurt, but I think he came back, didn't he? I saw he went out
Yeah.
of the game, but I think I saw him later.
You're not starting Quentin, who had 24 and 15 or 20. Imagine he keeps.
Crazy.
That would be wild.
1 week I will start all the Chargers. I
And
promise
then
you.
there'll be bums.
Then 15 combined. And the
Oh.
final game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my Super Bowl pick or my NFC Championship pick. Which one?
Championship.
was
I
NFC
think you had the
championship.
Eagles
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl.
Putting the Texans down to 0-2. Game was kind of boring for the first half. Baker Mayfield.
Dog.
He's a dog. We know.
Dog.
Since day one.
This is known.
I also, while we're on Baker, I was just thinking about this. You know, Panthers fans are already giving up on Bryce, which I understand. He's won 6 games in 2 years. Like, also, how many games did Baker and Sam Darnold win with the Panthers? And how many games have they won since leaving the Carolina Panthers?
Do you not see
Much to think about.
Much to think.
Darnold maybe less so, but do you not think that I don't know how to phrase this.
Darnold went 14-3 last year.
No. I'm saying I'm comparing it to their time at the Panthers.
He was like the Panthers are a little better when Sam Darnold was there, and he was going to say better than Baker.
I feel like Baker has shown more flashes than Bryce has.
I mean, he did when he was on the Panthers. Baker was awful on the Panthers.
he was.
I mean,
Baker was still damn near, I think, hurt. I mean, it was
think
just
so, too.
rough for a couple of years for him.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. The Panthers were awful when Baker was there, and Baker just didn't have his juice yet.
Yeah. So getting into week 3 here, going to just talk about some of the biggest matchups, and then we will move on. I mean, I do have to, maybe not one of the biggest matchups, but Robbie, how are we feeling about Falcons at the Panthers? How are we feeling?
Not great. If you're watching this on Spotify, the video, or YouTube, I have Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly in the background. This picture is just on my desktop named Better Times. I sometimes look at it to go to sleep at night whenever I have to think about watching Bryce Young play football again. So,
oh no. I'm so sorry.
A lot of divisional games this week.
Yeah, a lot of divisional games. Nothing, really too crazy. I think probably the best game of the week will end up being the Lions and the Ravens. That could definitely end up being a shootout. That is
Rams Eagles. I think sneaky good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did
matchup of last year's NFC divisional game could be a good one.
Excuse me. The Bears are favored at home against the Cowboys.
Correct. It's kind of crazy.
That's wild.
It's kind of crazy.
Dude, is that crazy?
We also almost lost to the Giants, so
it was Russ's Russ made a deal with the devil.
Also, Cardinals at Niners could be spicy.
Couple of 2-0 Titans going at it.
I mean, the Cardinals love winning in September. The Cardinals are probably the best team in the NFL in September over the last 10 years. So,
yep. So. Nothing really tickling my fancy too much except for the Lions, Ravens, and the Rams, Eagles.
Oh, it's a great Monday night game, too. It's a great way to end your weekend right there.
Yes, absolutely.
Are y'all's parlays for the NFL, or how do we... Should we
that's next up.
Go through it?
Absolutely. Parlays. Who wants to go first? Well, are we letting Ryan back in, Robbie?
Okay. So Ryan, as we all know, Ryan's been on probation. He still can't hit one. But in interest of making this segment more interesting than just me and Connor alternating, if Ryan can hit 2 out of 3, we're moving the goalpost for him.
Bro,
shout out Notre Dame fans.
Fucking participation trophy.
You are 100% correct
at this point. That's crazy.
You can't hit one.
But if he gets 2 out of 3, he's off probation, and we can pick his parlay again.
Flex play.
Ryan, go ahead.
All right, I'm picking 3 games, 3 legs. Real simple. Taking alt lines on all of them because that never ends up biting me in the ass. We're picking the over in the Dolphins-Bills game. Taking the alt line at 44.5.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Thank you. Thank you. My favorite one that I feel like we're taking the alt line of the Packers minus 6.5 against the Browns. I think that kind of feels like Vegas bait, but I'm going to bite it.
Letdown spot? Question mark for the Packers?
Nope, can't see it. Don't believe it.
Nope.
We're taking the alt line for under at 47.5 for the Eagles Rams because I think both of those offenses have been kind of duty for the first 2 weeks, and both of their defenses are pretty good. So that's at plus 307.
Okay.
Really going out on a leg here.
Real simple there.
Relatively safe. Yeah.
I'll go next. Mine's a Thursday night football same game parlay. If you make some money on Thursday night. And the reason that I said nice pick to Ryan is because I really need the over to hit for these to hit. So shout out Ryan, great pick. First one up, a little bit of a sophomore resurgence here for Keon Coleman, playing well through the first 2 weeks. I have him at 40 plus receiving yards. Doesn't feel like a whole lot to me, but I think it was like plus odds or just like minus 150 or something like that. That feels like a good leg to me. I just foresee that the Bills will get out ahead and the Dolphins will be playing catch up kind of like they did against the Patriots last week. Great. I got Jalen Waddle, 6+ receptions. I think Waddle will get some space over the middle of the field and make it happen. And then I have Tyreek Hill, anytime touchdown scorer.
Oh, you're a crazy man, dude. You think he's so due, but like
he's so due. But he's so incredibly due. He hasn't scored yet. He's due. He's due. Give me Reek to score a touchdown. That's plus 1,000 on the nose.
Damn. I'm not gonna lie, Robbie. That makes me nervous.
Robbie,
whole parlay made me kind of nervous.
So honest with you, I hate it. I
kind of hate it.
I despise that parlay.
We'll see what happens next week.
We'll see what happens next week.
All right, I'm going to go with my parlay. My first leg, I have the Commanders. I have them covering against the Raiders, minus 3.5. I feel like that's an overreaction from Vegas to like not realizing how good the Packers are.
I think it's very much a question mark to the status of
Jaden
Daniels.
Yes,
correct.
I think so too, but I think he's going to be fine, and I think we're going to get this win.
And I think the Raiders have a pretty good like front seven. Like the front seven for the Raiders has looked pretty solid.
Max Crosby might try to touch his butt.
They scored 9 points last week, and Geno Smith is kind of buns. So I'm going to go with the Commanders.
He played real bad.
Yeah, he was real.
He has 1 touchdown and 4 picks through 2 games.
Yeah.
If Jaden Daniels doesn't play this week, and I'm starting him in Dynasty. Anyways,
so that's sicko mode. I am going. This is the line that, or excuse me, this is the leg that makes me the most nervous. I'm Eagles Rams. I'm going to go with the Eagles money line. I think that they squeaked this one out, but I think barely. I think the Rams have looked pretty good. But as we were talking about earlier, obviously the Eagles have been so good on the ground and they haven't really needed to throw the ball. I'm hoping that this week is the week that they can kind of expand out their offense and that Hurts locks in a little bit harder. I think they will end up winning this game at home. I think it's going to be a well-fought game, but I'm going to go there. And then my third leg, Arkansas, Memphis, heading over to college football just to feel something. The total is set at 62.5. I'm taking the under. I don't think they score 62.5. Yeah, I don't really understand that line.
Well, Miss Arkansas was like 43-40. I mean, it was high last week.
But I don't think these teams get to that. I really don't think they get to 62.5. So that's that is my parlay.
What are the odds on that bad boy?
Total plus 473. So who are we taking? Are we taking? Do we have to take Ryan because like he has to hit one? Or
I hate Robbie's. I
also hate
enough how much I despise betting on Waddle to catch the ball and Reek to score. Both.
I hate that it's exactly plus 1,000. That makes me nervous.
That made me so happy when I put it in. I was like,
you're like, oh, this is cool. So
come on, back to the dark side. It'll hit, I promise.
God. But the problem is
here's the rule. If we take Ryan's here, and it doesn't hit, he's back on normal probation where he has to get one right.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten one right since we started this segment.
This is really tough.
I mean, I even went to the point where I was like picking 3 legs. It was just like plus 100. I mean, couldn't.
I mean, Connor and I think have each only hit 2, so it's not like any of us are cooking out here. But
but Connor had a pretty long odd one too.
Yeah, that was pretty. My concern about Ryan's is like obviously we're giving him the benefit of the doubt in the 2 of the 3, but you can't place a bet for 2 of the 3 on like the alternate line. It's not like a Prize Picks player props thing. So like, and I know that doesn't matter. Can you not? Or can you?
No, you can. Yeah, you can take all lines.
Like in a flex play kind of situation where if only 2 of the 3 hit, then
that's
that's what I was talking about. That's what I meant.
No, Ryan has hit his parlay straight up. No flex
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of hate it, but I guess we're gonna go with Ryan's.
Let's go with Ryan's. If he doesn't hit, he's back on full probation.
All right, Ryan, we're going with yours, but we will see how that shakes out. A few more quick things, and then we will get out of here. I do want to quickly talk about our fantasy football league. I want to talk about our dynasty league and some of the players that have maybe underperformed and overperformed. You know, I'll get it started out. Mark Andrews, I hate you. I actually physically hate you.
You played yourself.
What did I say Anthony Richardson was? Because Mark Andrews is like just below, like just above that, I guess I should say. He's not quite that bad. But I mean,
I am having to start Kyle Pitts in my tight end slot because I have no faith in Mark Andrews.
And you traded for Pitts and you somehow fleeced me.
I won the
I don't know how this happened. I got fleeced.
It was Pitts for Hawkinson for anyone who doesn't know this.
God, just
Connor, we keep talking about dynasty, but I do think Ryan and I need to mention we're in a punishment league, so you don't win anything if you win. You lose if you lose. And the punishment is that if you lose the league, you have to eat the same amount of hot dogs that Joey Chestnut ate in the hot dog eating contest, which is 70.5 over the course of a week.
Oh, jeez.
Currently, Ryan and I are the only 0-2 teams in said league. And we have put out to the group that if we were to tie at the end of the year, 'cause it's supposed to be the loser of the toilet bowl. Like it's an 8-team league. 16 make the playoff. Last 2 teams duke it out for the punishment kind of thing. If Ryan and I tie the regular season, we can agree to split the punishment. But we did say that we'd have to live stream at least part of it via the Bros and the Berg account. So
that is hysterical.
Just throwing that out there. If you want to see Ryan and I take down, I don't know how many we can get done in like a reasonable live stream, probably like 10. But we will be on chomping Lizzies if things keep going the direction that they're headed.
Jeez. Yeah, so just in case anyone's out here, listening, I'm in 7 leagues, right?
That's ridiculous.
That's a lot.
Yes, man, for a lot of them. I got a work league. I got the Dynasty League that we're all in. Then there's a redraft 12-man league that is a lot of people from Dynasty with some other friends. Then we have our friends from college.
Family league.
Yeah. And then Kylie's friends league, right? So I've filled in a lot of spots. 4 of the leagues are on Sleeper. 3 of the leagues are on ESPN. Of the 4 leagues on Sleeper, 2 of those leagues are doing the median scoring. So you play 2 games every week.
Yep.
Just to paint the picture of those 4 leagues on Sleeper, I am 2-10 through that.
That is brutal.
Holy crap!
I'm 0-2 in Kylie's friends leagues. I'm getting beat by a couple of nice ladies that auto drafted their teams there. I am 0-4 in Dynasty.
So much that was crazy.
0-4 in Dynasty. I'm somehow 2-0 in that 12-man redraft league, which is
there you go.
Can't complain. But no, it's tough sledding out here, boys.
Well, Ryan, I mean, some of that just comes down to managerial decisions because you currently have the
issues.
worst start sit in Dynasty. So I don't, it's only you to blame.
Yeah,
it's not Quentin Johnson's
Pardon me
fault.
for benching. Starting TJ Hawkinson over Zach Ertz. I learned my lesson. Won't do it again.
Guys,
did you not watch Zach play last year?
Can I just tell you that I'm so excited to have Bill on my team? I'm just so excited that I traded a first-round pick for Bill. I was kind of drunk when I did it. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm stoked just to have Bill be a part of the squad. So
that's awesome.
Shout out, Bill.
Did I get bailed out by the Jamar Chase Malik Neighbors duo this last week? Absolutely. Will I continue to do that through the rest of the season? Yes.
That is a cool
Why not?
duo.
Why not?
Exactly. Yeah. So right in that, hopefully the championship.
Did people disrespect James Cook this offseason? Because Bro is booking right now.
I 100% disrespected James Cook.
Yep.
I thought they were going to move away from the run game this season, and they have not. So
can Sleeper please put Aaron Jones on the IR?
Who do we have to send this to?
Jordan Mason. Step on up.
Is there a helpline?
Probably, yeah. There's got to be, right?
I'm sure the Burrow owners have already been reaching out.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, we're gonna move on here. We're going to go through this quick bracket. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. I think you guys will appreciate this one. So it's the NBA sus moments. A lot of these are courtesy of Charles Barkley. I will be totally honest. A lot of this is a big Charles Barkley bracket. But honestly, gentlemen, I just want to go through the ones that we find the funniest, and we're gonna move those on. So number 1 seed versus the number 16 seed.
I'm sending Sleeper an email. What should this say?
Excuse me.
Holy shit, okay.
Excuse me, Bozo. Please put Aaron Jones.
Please move Aaron.
This is a live email that
to IR. I have bums to pick up.
They're probably getting a lot of that.
Send. It's sent.
They're going to be right on that. Watch this.
Watch this. They're going to turn around.
That's
going to
get fucking screenshotted and tweeted by the Sleeper Twitter account.
Please, that'd be awesome. They need to tag our. You should have put our podcast in.
I should have. Please follow at the Bros and the Bros.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna go through this matchup here. I'm gonna see if this comes through the mic, but number 1 is this one.
Speaking of coming, I want to talk about. Whoa.
It's just fun, man.
And it's obviously sus, but the reaction really sells that one.
It's
for sure.
So good. Hold on. Oh no! Darn it! Sorry, the volume cut out for me.
Not like we can stop and
Hold on.
Myself. Chuckster, we're live.
We're live.
So that is the number 1 seed, and then the number 16 seed. I also have a Charles Barkley.
He's a hell of a tight end. He never got a tight end like me. Stop it. I did play football.
Bro, but like, Rob, you have to watch the video. You have to click and watch the video because
It's just Shaq's
is
reaction.
fucking dying.
Oh, it's so funny. In that first one, though, I feel like we do have to go with the 1 seed because it's so iconic. Like, it's such Chuckster We're Live is one of the
Chuckster We're Alive is just crazy.
It's one of the best call. It's so funny. Ernie's so funny. So we're gonna go with that one. And
Hunter says we're going with the 1. We didn't even get a
going
chance to
with it.
vote. You like that?
All right, going into our next matchup, we have the 8 versus the 9 seed. We have number 9 seed is the James Harden one. I'll play it real quick.
It means a lot, especially this kind of game, bring the energy from the tip until the end. This is really what I try to do. Like,
it's Chris Paul trying not to laugh. Right beside him is so funny. But yeah, James Harden saying really quietly pause, and then the 8 seed is Jason Terry.
Success from the 3-point line. Well, all series long, we've been able to penetrate their bigs, get deep, suck the D in, and then we got spot up shooters.
No,
That one's crazy. That one's crazy.
We will move that one on
because the first one I was like, like a slight pause, but then it was made funnier by Chris Paul and Harden like shitting around on it. No, but like Terry said multiple sentences that just kept building on each other. That's crazy.
Number 5 is a Charles Barkley versus Skip Bayless showdown.
Them young boys coming. They down 3 games.
It's
the video is so important. It is
you need to watch this.
Panning at the camera and just fucking losing it.
So many of these are just about coming, and like I don't know, we talk about coming a lot on this podcast, but like there's gonna be a lot in this bracket.
A lot, yeah. And then the number 12 seed.
Just take it. Suck it up. Swallow it. We're gonna win this Sunday. Okay? Am I right?
I mean, to a degree.
I think it's that one.
To a degree kills me. Richard Sherman's like, bro.
He's so confused. Sherman's like, what is going on?
I'm like, what?
I would also, I think, go with that one just because like of what's actually said, where it's like the Chuck one is more of the reaction to what's said than anything else. Oh my gosh. Okay, number 13 is like straight visual. It's really just Chuck making some sus motions whenever they're like, Chuck, show us how you eat churros in San Antonio. And you can assume how that goes. This is Paul Pierce on the other side at the 4 seed.
We're just getting a taste of them. I'm like, I'm tired of getting a taste of them. I want the whole load.
The thing that makes that so crazy is him saying load.
The load.
If he said, I want the whole thing, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. Load is crazy.
Or if you just said, I want some more of him. Like you get what he's saying. Like, you must see the guy play more. Like, saying load is where it goes off the rails.
That's wild.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is the best bracket we've ever done. This is awesome. All right, number 3, it's another Charles Barkley entry.
When a guy's banging you spin off of him. Those are the worst defenders to play against, actually, because if you can feel their body.
Come on.
18 points for Joe.
Dude, it's that he stops. It's that he does not finish.
He realizes that shit.
Yeah, he sees and hears Kenny and Shaq start laughing. And
dude, I'm crying. Tears are coming out of my eyes. And then this is the matchup here.
It's Fox, man. I've been saying it for almost all my life, man. I know what he's gonna do. I know how to say something to get him turned on too. So. Come on.
I mean, now it's like easy too. Yeah.
Oh god, I don't know.
I think I have to go 3. I think that's like top 3, like
Chuck moments.
Chuck moment.
Yeah, dude. What kills me about it is that he doesn't finish this. He just doesn't finish his thought at all. He just stops. It makes it worse. All right, we have a Chuck versus Stephen A matchup. Here we go with the Chuck
numbers
clip.
of these.
11 and 6.
Got juggling 2 balls right here. Because on one hand, I'm really what you're doing. Yeah, I'm really proud
dude,
of
Ernie.
the Grizzlies.
He's also doing the hand motion in the video. He's like,
he's doing the hand motion. Yeah. And then number 6, we have Stephen A.
Get over it because I I've been coming. I'm going to continue to come. Skip's been coming. He's going to continue to come. And people just need to get over that.
And what makes it funnier, I think, in my opinion, is that the whole like caption of this is reactions to yesterday's show.
Did Stephen A. and Skip have a jerk off that we all missed? Did we miss out on the jerk off? The Skip's coming. He's gonna get in. That one seals it for me.
You rope skipping. Like,
yeah, for me. All right, we'll go with this Stephen A. Even so many of Chuck's I didn't realize are like also very visual. It's
super visual.
Shaq's reaction or Chuck's doing something sus like with his hands. All right, we have Stephen A. versus a Doris Burke matchup. Here's Stephen A.
If this brother had a few more inches,
nah, this one's crazy.
Lord, don't get me salivating and fantasizing.
No.
Number 7 versus number 10 matchup. That was seed number 7. Oh my god!
I don't even have to hear Doris's. I mean, she's a lovely lady. Like, golly.
I'll just play it real quick.
You know when to come. So Chris does a great job. Giannis comes from behind and gets a piece of it. Like, it's not just when you come, like it's how hard you come.
Dude, it's that line. It's like, why would you say that?
I think Stephen A. did coming better. I just got to put that out there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
I'm coming. I'm going to continue to come. Skip's coming.
The brother had a few more inches. Oh my.
The salivating. The salivating is the too far. That's where he loses it.
15 seed versus 2 seed. Last matchup in the first round. This is the 15 seed. It's Chuck.
Ernie, did you really sit on top of the monster?
I've been out there, yeah.
You know, I saw Jeff twist the other night. That's one of my goals.
Oh, you need to be out there.
I would love to sit on top of the monster.
Dude, it's another Shaq one where he just stares at the camera. It's so funny. And then the number 2, this is Skip Bayless.
Busted right inside him, and he can't extend on me anymore, and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and tonnage. Right?
Dude, girth and tonnage.
No. Girth and tonnage.
Girth and tonnage.
So we want to, we've familiarized ourselves with all of them, so we won't play anymore. But number 1 is Chuck's, quote unquote, speaking of coming. Jason Terry's has sucked the D in. God, I think I would lean Chuck because of Ernie's reaction is so funny.
I'm right with Chuck.
I think I'd go with Chuck there. Ryan?
Which one do you say, Rob?
I said Chuck.
I think I have to go Chuck too, because you just see it like Ernie is like this, and then the camera like pans to Shaq like actively crying, and you just hear Ernie, Chuckster, we're live.
And in Jason Terry's defense, like he's actively playing a basketball game, he's tired. Like
he's not thinking about it. Yeah, those are all also like legitimate basketball terms. Like he's not, in terms of. All right, so. Jeez, Skips is just take it. So the Richard Sherman reaction included, and then it's 12 versus 4. The other seed is Paul Pierce wants the whole load. Fuck, jeez.
I think what Paul Pierce said was more sus. Richard Sherman's reaction is gold. Though.
Let's go funnier. What do we think is funnier? We're gonna go funniest based on Man, they're so good. They're both so funny. I think I laugh more at Skips because of Sherman's reaction.
Yeah, I agree. I would
Sherman
agree.
is so
Pierce's
funny.
is just wild.
He's like, what?
Face he makes. Like, I want the whole. You're like, hey, what are we doing?
Bro, go back to shitting your pants. Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. We have a 3 versus 6 matchup. 3 seed is Chuck when a guy is banging you, and 6 is Stephen A. Deal with it. So Skip's going. He's going to continue.
Oh man,
holy crap, dude!
I think I got to go Chuck with this one. That's like again
that is a classic
in my head. Like
I laugh more at that because he doesn't finish his thought, and it kills me.
Dude, no shit. Aaron Jones, I think, is now on IR on Sleeper.
Oh, really?
Swear to God.
Did you get a response?
Live reaction.
But it's still saying out, though. It said IR, and I don't know what's happening. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, 7 seed versus 2 seed. 7 seed is Stephen A. If this brother had a few more inches, don't get me fantasized salivate. And the number 2 is Skips. I busted right inside him, and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and
Dude,
tonnage.
this actually might be my finals. These two are wild.
Dude, okay, for me, the funniest part of the Skip one is he doesn't need to say girth and tonnage. Stephen A moans after literally moans.
Girth and tonnage is just a crazy 2 words to put together. Like there's I don't know what else you're talking about.
Who's ever described like a basketball player by their girth?
Girth, correct. Yeah.
That's
or tonnage.
Yeah.
I can get on board with tonnage more. Like that doesn't sound as sus. When you pair it with girth, it's incredibly sus.
Yeah, but Stephen A. said if this brother had a few more inches, don't be salivating.
Salivating over a couple more inches.
And then he moans. It's the moan that kills me. Robbie, are you okay?
Yeah,
Stephen
it's fine, yeah.
All right, we have our semifinals matchup. So this is Chuck. Speaking of coming, this is number 1 seed versus the number 12 seed. Skip, just take it. The Richard Sherman reaction clip. Oh
Chuckster,
man,
We're Live is just iconic. Like, I know
it's so funny. I think I to Ryan made a really good point earlier where it's like I will see that Charles Barkley clip 1,000 times. I will laugh every single time at it. I will it's so funny.
Both of what they say is sus, but like the reactions for me are what makes these like extra funny.
Yes.
And Ernie saying Chuckster, We're Live.
It's like all 4 of them have some. Like even Kenny, like when he pans to Kenny, he's
whoa, it's crazy. So we'll go Charles Barkley there. The other side of the matchup, number 3 seed Chuck. When a guy is banging you, and number 7 Stephen A. If this brother had a few more inches.
I don't know if I think Stephen A. is getting on to the finals. I think
the salivating is it's too much.
It's the most.
It's too much.
I think that's good too. So we have a Chuck versus Stephen A. finals. Chuck. See, Ryan's still laughing. So our finals.
I can watch it for the final matchup.
Finals is our 1 seed versus our 7 seed Chuck. Speaking of coming, number 7 Stephen A. If this brother had a few more inches. God. What do you think, Robbie?
So in terms of Ryan's just laughing. In terms of sus, we had multiple entries in this talking about dudes coming. No one else talked about salivating over a couple of inches. No one has that in their bag like Stephen A. Smith does.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
If that beat out girth and tonnage, like that's.
Are we going with Stephen A.
Would you
here?
say off girth and tonnage?
Correct.
Okay.
You would understand it.
Clip
correctly,
it.
Good sir.
Clip it.
So we're going with Stephen A. there.
Yeah.
All right.
Play one more time for the fans at the end.
All right. Yeah. Stephen A. Here it is, the winner of the bracket.
If this brother had a few more inches, oh, Lord, don't get me salivating and fantasizing about things. Oh, my God.
He moans twice.
Oh, my God.
He does it twice.
Oh, my God. He's crazy.
Oh, my gosh. So that was the best bracket we've ever done. So we'll leave you on that note. Robbie, you want to sign us out?
Sure. For myself, Ryan and Connor, thank you again for listening. We got a little bit of actual analysis in there, and then we just talked about girth, tonnage, and coming for the rest of the episode. We appreciate you tuning in and listening. Please go like, subscribe, follow on all social media platforms. Thanks again for listening, and please gamble responsibly.